Basil Reed is a listed construction company founded in 1952. With over 6 decades of expertise, Basil Reed has become synonymous with excellence in construction, civil engineering, mining, and property development. Society has become more urbanized, thus the need for housing is growing at a rapid rate. Basil Reed is positioned to fill this crucial need in South Africa. Basil Reed, building legacies. It's a normal day for Tokelo and his family. Lizzie, his wife, is making breakfast and Tokelo readies the kids for school. The atmosphere is cheerful and upbeat, but Tokelo says that it wasn't always like this in his home.
I was living in a plot 5 riverbed, so it was like a squatter camp actually. It was difficult to say because I was like in a narrow place where you can't even think of anything, because I never thought that I would be able to get a property, because if you are in a squatter camp, your mind is like just like that.
Tokelo and his family received the opportunity of a lifetime. They were told that they qualify for a breaking new ground house situated in a new development called Cosmo City, northwest of Johannesburg. With over 2 million people with inadequate shelter, the need for housing in South Africa is paramount. The Cosmo City development was initiated by the city of Joburg, who partnered with Basil Reed to bring it to fruition.
We thought it was like a joke, but at the end of the day, then I was like surprised when we see this place developing and say, oh, this is where we're going for sure.
In total, 12,500 homes were built, housing approximately 70,000 people. In the first phase, in cooperation with Joburg City and Gauteng Department of Human Settlements, the residents of the informal settlements of Sievenfontein, Riverbend and Cosmo Farm were identified as beneficiaries. Thousands of families were allocated new BNG houses. And it wasn't long before pride in their new homes manifested in additions, renovations and gardens.
Honestly, I am very proud to be in here. I am very proud to invite anyone to come to my house.
Building a city is a team effort, and Basil Reed has created partnerships with numerous stakeholders to ensure delivery, quality, and affordability. This vision was based on the idea of creating cities that would symbolize our rainbow nation, that would uplift and empower. Cosmo City is one of the first truly mixed-income housing projects in South Africa, with many to follow in its footsteps. Different income households now have an opportunity to live within the same environment and share access to a range of social and economic amenities. When embarking on projects of this magnitude, Basil Reed teams up with local authorities to identify greenfield sites that can best serve the major urban centers. In the case of Cosmo City, this was 1,100 hectares of farmland on a major arterial route. In January 2005, the first earth was turned. In less than 2 years, the dream became a reality as Cosmo City took shape. Today, a fully fledged integrated community has emerged with all the necessary amenities and infrastructure. With this model, various housing typologies are built simultaneously. Every aspect of life has improved since moving into his own home, says Tokelo Makai.
You know, since when my kids started studying here in Cosmo City, I can see a big change, a very big change, which means the schooling is actually doing very well. They're assisting the kids.
Basil Reed partners with education departments and assesses the education and training needs in the new towns. In Cosmo City, there are 12 educational sites providing for creches, primary and secondary schools. There are also specialized vocational training centers, such as a hotel and catering school. Another exciting project was a creche designed by students from the University of Cornell from the USA. The building is designed on sustainable principles. The land was made available by the city, and the city is responsible for maintaining and funding the creche. This modern and functional facility offers a solid foundation for early childhood development as they prepare for formal schooling. The first type is the 5,000 fully subsidized BNG houses that have been made available to qualifying beneficiaries. The second type of residential dwelling, which is partially subsidized, are the finance link houses. In Cosmo City, 3,000 were made available, and here too, one can see the pride of ownership reflected in renovations and additions. Andise and her husband are delighted owners of one of these houses. They love improving their home for a better, more comfortable lifestyle.
Then we put up the garage, and then when we were putting up the garage, then we decided, no, why not put a room on top of the garage, because it was on the plan anyway. So now upstairs is our room. Really, I liked it because it's far from Joburg, which is, the Joburg is very busy, so at least here is nice and quiet. So even the kids can go and play anytime. We are fine with that. We know that they are safe.
The third type, and at the top of the economic scale, are fully bonded houses offered to the open market. Cosmo City provides 3,500 of these opportunities, and while they may start out as a basic dwelling, many owners plow money and time into transforming their houses into mansions. Asnath came from the Tabombeki informal settlement and started her own business at Cosmo City. That's when she decided to build her home here.
We got white, black, Indian and colored in Cosmo City. And to me, that was the first thing in me. It was important because I was dying all along to see myself mixed in a place like that. You know, it's very rare to find a place in Joburg that cater for everybody. I like to sit outside by my garden. I'll see all type. They all my friends.
The concept of integrating communities has a knock-on effect. For many, it is an inspiration to do better, and by improving their own homes, they uplift the entire neighborhood. A spirit of community permeates the city.
I started building the wall, putting the electric fence, and started paving and put my garage door. I'm proud of my home. I like my home, and I'll always be here.
Most of the time I like the nice things. So when I drive around and then check these nice houses, I just tell myself, like, I want to be like this. I just want to see my house like that.
Alternatives like these higher density residential units provide an option for non-qualifiers or those who prefer to rent. This also creates an opportunity for real estate investors exploring new markets. Supporting and stimulating local business is also a cornerstone of our approach. In Cosmo City, 44 hectares of industrial property and 10 hectares of institutional, retail and commercial property provide infrastructure, supplying jobs and business opportunities. Energy efficiency and environmental friendliness are vital. Cosmo City has 350 hectares of conservation areas and parks. And wherever possible, houses are provided with alternative energy solutions, such as solar geysers and improved insulation, which translates into a cost saving for the homeowner and a lower carbon footprint for the entire development. Part of our new approach is to provide an urban management plan to assist local authorities with their urban management responsibilities and ensure well-managed environments. One of the much-needed benefits of developments like these is the economic impact which building a town provides. Basil Reed is working on several other projects throughout South Africa. Savannah City, situated in the south of Johannesburg, is one of the largest privately initiated urban lifestyle developments of its kind in South Africa, a partnership between Basil Reed and the Housing Impact Fund of South Africa. This development sets the benchmark for government and the private sector working together. The soil was turned in 2013, and this 1,462-hectare development is providing 18,399 housing opportunities, 16 educational facilities, 32 institutional sites, clinics, creches and churches, with a total development value at over 24 billion rand. Over 50,000 employment opportunities will be created at Savannah City, and it has been recognized as one of government's mega catalytic projects. Malibongwe Ridge is a 164-hectare property that lies between the Lion Park and Cosmo City, 20 kilometers northwest of Sandton. It is an extension of the Cosmo City development. The city of Joburg and Kodevco came to an agreement to eradicate the informal settlement of Itsotseng as part of the city's formalization and upgrading of informal settlements program. This development will boast 244 RDP standalone units, 3,240 RDP units, including 2 rental rooms, 669 gap and 604 bonded houses, as well as 754 rental apartments. It will include 4 infrastructure amenities, schools, parks, clinics, churches, and commercial opportunities. The total value of the development is 1.2 billion rand. Another exciting development on the horizon is Waterstone on the border of Empangeni in Richards Bay. The 450-hectare development will be an integral part of the CBD of Empangeni, and it will feed off the existing Umplatuze infrastructure. The development will house 10,000 units. Basil Reed is in the business of building legacies. With these developments, we are creating self-sustaining communities and cities with a hope and a future that will benefit generations to come.
Every day I love it here. You know, even on the weekends, it's quiet, it's nice. I mean, I cannot explain. Everything is around, the shops, the schools, the church, everything is around.
Basil Reed, building legacies.